Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen und hallo zu einem weiteren Let's Play Fake Grand Order. Ich bin Sam Void. Beim letzten Mal haben wir uns hier nach Olympus gewagt. Wir wurden hier von Zeus angegriffen und in einem verheerenden Angriff hat er uns hier erstmal hier versenkt. Das hat hier dazu geführt, dass unser Shadow Border hier und der Nautilus Shadow Border hier erstmal stillsteht und erstmal Da Vinci und Nemo auf der Matte legen. Nichtsdestotrotz geht nun unser Weg weiter. Wir müssen den Lostbelt erkunden und das werden wir auch definitiv tun. Director, denn wir brauchen einen Plan hier, um die Götter zu bezwingen. What is that, Mr. Advisor? I have two suggestions I'd like you to hear. The first is that we send a combat and environmental information we've gathered today to the Wandering Sea in the data packet. And for the second, well, I think discretion would be the best course of action, this one. What's this now? Careful. I'm quite dickish, you know. What was that? Are you serious, Administrative Advisor? But that's... surely I can't. Gold von die Front checken. Director, do you remember the border guards that Odysseus kept under his command? I'm quite certain that your concerns, well understandable, are nevertheless unwarranted. It's incredibly risky, but I can't deny that it also makes a lot of sense. Alright. As director of Chaldea, I can't have my subordinates be the only one putting themselves in danger to restore proper human history. Very well, Administrative Advisor. I accept your proposal. Gold auf an die Front? Nein, die größte Hoffnung für die Menschheit. Das könnte gefährlich werden. Thank you. I had every confidence you would make the right decision. Puh. Hä? What's going on? This is no louder if you ask me. Alright, once again, Maximus Kurt, as director of Chaldea. Here are your orders. You two are to leave the border at once and make your way to the city of Olympus. Once you're inside, find out where other proper human history servants are and meet up with them past haste. After you're secured an adequate fighting force, you are to cut down the fifth tree of emptiness. Roger that. Understood. We go begin our Olympus investigation right now. Okay, gut. Das war eigentlich so der Plan. Können wir machen. Verdammt, da hätte ich beim letzten Mal hier fast noch den Part beenden können hier. Naja, egal, aber Leute. Machen wir das sicher kurze Chapter, weil alles hier sehr kurz ist. Ne, wie gesagt, ich habe das gehört, also es soll der längste, die längste Kampagne werden. Und wie gesagt, wenn ich da an Babylone denke, könnte es natürlich interessant werden, weil das war ja auch nicht ganz kurz. Directly beneath the fifth tree of emptiness, Magellan. Interstellar Mountain City Olympus, Great Orbital Shrine, Olympia Dodona. The center of its operation. Ach, das ist der Rat, wo die immer sitzen, die Crypter, oder? Ne? Europa. Revelation is upon us. Revelation is upon us. Die Europa. Now's the time of revelation. Get around, O noble gods of Olympus. He has ruled the heavens since the dawn of time, emerging triumphant in no less than 4 Magier. By day he rules over clear blue skies, by night he conquers what lies beyond them. He is the wielder of the great thunderbolts capable of shattering stars, galaxy, even the very universe. Authorities no less than Uranus and Kronos themselves, bow down to his will. Kurz hier nur dazu, wer das ist. Alter Max hier mit seinem griechischen Wissen. Das sind natürlich die Urtitanen. Uranus ist ja der Urtitan, von dem die anderen Titanen abstammen. Und Kronos ist dann der Titan, der dann zum Anführer-Titan nach Uranus wurde und den ja dann die Götter dann erschlagen haben. So wie der Vater von allen, von den großen Göttern. He is the greatest Demi-Servant, the one who wields the Kronos crown from all eternity. Now behold the words of the almighty Zeus. Ich will immer Zeus sagen. Scheiße. I trust all are here. Indeed they are, my lord. Dioscuri. Whoa! What? Rejoice, my fellow gods. Rejoice, gods from the foreign land. Leute, die Diener des Foreign Gottes. Der Caster of Limbo. Und natürlich der Priester Rasputin. All is proceeding according to my will. The seed I've planted have grown brilliantly, disturbed neither by chill rain nor nurse's rays of sun. Tree of emptiness, Magellan, no Atlas, the world tree is about to bloom. Okay, Magellan hätte ich jetzt mal natürlich den Sifarier gedacht. Atlas ist schon interessanter. Atlas ist der von den Göttern bestraft worden ist, die Welt auf seinen Schultern auf alle Ewigkeit zu tragen. Glory to Almighty Zeus. Zeus. Congratulations, Father. That's wonderful, Father. Congratulations. We must restore mythology to its rightful place. This Lostbelt divine power must not remain relegated to Olympus. It must spread across the world. Across every bit of bleached white land. If humans were unable to save it, then the task must fall to their gods instead. I shall use Paul the Power Wheel to save this world in place of those gods who left during proper human history. For it is still far too soon to lose the intelligent human species that has taken root on this planet. This is indeed all unfolding absolutely wonderfully. Even in my wildest dreams I never imagined Atlas the White Tree would grow so large so quickly. It puts even the Indian Lostbelt trees' explosive growth to shame. This will undoubtedly be the land where our god, the foreign god, descends up in this world. Oh yes, of that I'm absolutely certain. Nothing could make me dare to we free Altegos who come here on behalf of the foreign god happier. It is unfortunate that one of us could not be present at the time, but no matter. Ooh, Quinskaya. You have my pledge that I will be everything in my power to help grow the world tree to maturity and to ensure the foreign god descendant proceeding undeterred. The foreign god? Excuse me, it's always foreign god to send foreign god that with you. Also, das ist so mega episch, Also, Quetzal ist natürlich nicht da, weil es gab natürlich ein bisschen Diskrepanzen. Erinnert euch an 4. Lostbelt, wo Doman dafür, der Cast of Limbo dafür gesorgt haben, dass, die hier rausgejagt worden ist, vom Ein Jahr ausgelöscht wurde von Ajuda. Auf der anderen Seite wird es jetzt groß. Denn wir haben hier die anderen verbliebenen Götter des Olympus, von denen es ja nicht mehr allzu viele gibt. Und hier haben wir Aphrodite, die Göttin der Liebe. Und die, Frau des Marses, des Kriegsgottes. He is working properly. Did you not hear what Almighty Zeus had to say? He is the one who's going to save the world. There's no place for your foreign god here. Now remember your place and hold your tongue, foreigner, lest you say something you regretted. Demeter, die Göttin der Ernte müsste das sein, wenn ich das hier richtig in Erinnerung habe. Also auch eine der großen 12 Götter natürlich. Vielleicht jetzt nicht die bedeutendste, aber trotzdem, wie gesagt. War wie gesagt die Muttergöttin in der Olympischen und ich glaube des Feldes oder sowas, also wenn ich sie richtig in Erinnerung habe. Aber wie gesagt, auch eine der ursprünglichen Götter. No, Aphrodite. There's no need to let anger make your beautiful face. Besides, you do well not to underestimate these gods from the foreign lands, especially that monk there. Rumors that he single-handedly drove the ancient land of India into the hellish cycle of reincarnation. So I'd be careful if I were you. Lest you end up turning all the Olympians into Tartarus. Die Unterwelt übrigens der Griechen. Ha, Tartarus, ridiculous! If you wish to joke, Demeter, save it for an audience who might appreciate your brand of humor. As for you, you have some nerve speaking of a foreign god in our presence. How dare you speak of a god from an alien planet, knowing full well that we descendants of chaos migrated here from across the galaxy? Who do you think you are? You know nothing of Zeus' power. You know nothing of what transpired 14,000 years ago, at the moment our Lostbelts began. You have no idea how Zeus' thunderbolts utterly destroyed the foreign invader who came to kill all life in this planet. Oh. Huh. Who do you think I am, you ask? I'm me, of course. No more, no less. You insolent little. Limbo, ich glaube, dass dir keinen Freund mitmacht. Wait, Aphrodite. A moment, please. O goddess of beauty. If I may allow me to remind you that we are equally invested in the seeing the world tree of maturity. Lokishia, the Crypter, says that though our long-term goals may be different, for now cooperating is our mutual best interest. Kirishida Wodime. Oh, what's this? My, is it truly happening? You, the goddess of beauty herself, the arbiter of value of all our humanity, daring to take advice from a mere human? I never thought I would see the day. Will sterben. That's enough, Limbo. A joke is only funnier when its audience is receptive. So I suggest you were more judicious about playing the jester while in the company of gods, especially given that same tendency led to your fail in India. You don't mince words, do you? I was merely trying to enlighten their mood, but you're right, I did misjudge my audience. It seems my fella in India has affected me more than I realized. Forgive me, O god of Greece. Aphrodite, goddess of beauty, Demeter, goddess of land. All-powerful Zeus, priestess queen Europa. Hope you will accept this humble apology. Is er tot? Limbo. Oh my! I do beg your pardon! Not at all. I'm the one who owes you an apology. I hope you will forgive my momentary surprise. Our gods are foreign lands. Limbo. Don't be upset, my illustrious Queen Europa. I'm the one who has wronged you. Not it. Silence, all of you! I understand your anger, I understand your impatience, but stay your tongues. There are some facts we must accept, no matter how humiliating they may be. Namely the fact that without the Tree of Emptiness, none of us could exist. Our glorious Olympus prosperity, we 12 Olympians' eternal reign, all the brave depend on the Tree of Emptiness. This we must come to terms with if we are to overcome the tree hold on us. Overcome the tree's hold. Does it mean you plan to cut down the Tree of Emptiness? As long as you grow the Tree of Maturity, we have no objection as to do what to do with it afterwards. But still, the very idea of overcoming the tree hold is just... Are you truly capable of such a thing, almighty Zeus? Indeed. It is task beyond even my all-compassing power. Which is why I have formed an alliance with my son Frank Kirishida Wodime, the Crypter. Eingeschworener Freund? Okay, das ist was anderes als Business Partner. Zeus, need I remind you that he's only a human? Zeus, you would still call that human your son, friend? Ist echt ein Statement. Silence! Kirishida Wodime, the Crypter is not a human. One could well liken the mammalian human form, proper human history, to little more than sentient reeds. And indeed, Kirishida is sentient. But no mere reed could ever be that strong. Dass Zeus von niemals seinesgleichen spricht, ist schon mal ein Statement. So this is the Machina Current of the Great Operative Shrine Olympia Dudana, huh? That's way too damn long if you ask me. How's a guy supposed to cross this thing and get Racy going on time? Did they just make it escape with the gods of Olympus or something? At this rate I'm going to die of old age before I get anywhere. Still, on a different note, I can't believe he's just letting me walk around like this unsupervised. What I swear I can't tell what that guy's thinking. Now I feel like an idiot for keeping my guard up, constantly figuring it was just a matter of time before he sent someone to finish me off. I always thought a crypto without a Lostbelt would be worthless, that he wouldn't have anywhere left to go, and no reason to keep alive. I was sure he was just going to take my Cirrus light and be done with me. Was I wrong? I remember Director Marisbury said, "The Cirrus light is the power to overturn the very world. Processing it is the makes you a crypto." Das verstehe ich jetzt nicht. Marisbury. Aber Marisbury hat die doch nicht zu Crypter gemacht, oder? Und was auch dieses Cirrus-Licht ist, wissen wir auch nicht, außer dass halt die Kraft der Cryptors. We studied every anomaly and could possibly occur during the 7 ages. We trained for every scenario we might encounter in the simulator. Team A was supposed to save the world, and our Cirrus light was supposed to be on our trump card. But it's strange when you think about it. We were never actually taught exactly what the Cirrus light is. Sure, they told us that they were even more powerful commanders and that they produced more magic energy than the user could generate on their own. But that's the only one of us could actually know when and why to use him as wartime. After all, he was the one entrusted us with the timing. So he should also be the only one who knows how the Cirrus light really meant to be used. So then, why hasn't he taken mine? Ever since we came back to life, Woodham always said how the crypta are all equal to the foreign god's eyes, but it never occurred me to that I might really mean it. Does this mean he seriously believed that? Damn it, what am I saying? There's no way he could. He's a noble. He's got to have an angle I'm not seeing. There must be something that only he knows, something about the Cirrus light, the foreign god. The Tree of Emptiness, and why the Lostbelt can exist in the present day. Alright, Woodham. I'll find out what is you're up to. Whatever it is, you and Zeus are plotting, I'm gonna bring it to light. And if I'm going to do that, I'm gonna need a distraction that really stands out. Ihr könnt ja nicht einmal zusammenarbeiten. You know, I was thinking. I still haven't been punished for my failure with the Indian Lostbelt, right? So go ahead and punish me however you see fit, Woodham. Whatever it is, I can take it. I hope I have not given you cause to mistake me, Pepe. We cryptos are colleagues, nothing more. I have no more authority to punish you than any of the others do. For the time being, Scandinavia Peperoncino, let's just be glad you're alright. You're sure taking all this in stride. Not that I expected anything less, of course. But I still wouldn't feel right getting off scot-free. Why wouldn't you at least take my Cirrus light? Sure, I could probably save more face with the foreign god if I offered it up to them instead. But I couldn't care less about getting in either foreign god or the Altego's good graces. So here on, you can have my Cirrus light and make sure you make good use of it. Thank you, Pepe, but there's no need for that. You can keep yours. The Cirrus light has not been my responsibility since Team A ceased to be relevant. So no, you should hang on to yours. What do you do with it is up to you. I see. So Ophelia didn't happen to die after using us. She died because she used her Cirrus light. Would I be right in assuming that Marisbury had in mind when he put our team together? Not at liberty to answer that, huh? No, I get it. I'm starting to see just a little more of what your relationship really was like. Despise me if you wish. You're probably right to do so. Despise you? No, you are insulting me, Woodham. I think, in fact, you are refusing to say anything. Just goes to show how much integrity you have. Up to this point, I still wasn't sure who was connected to what, but I think it's finally starting to see how the pieces fit together. Me, it never really sunk in before, but I guess we really are enemies of humanity after all. I have to say, Pepe, your sheer mental fortitude never fails to surprise me. I'm amazed you can still smile like that under these circumstances. Hey, it's the one thing I've got going for me. though in my case it's more despair than self-possession. But hey, there are important things are that I'm alive right now, and that is I need to do next, right? I'd never get anywhere if I spent all my time fretting about the past I can change. So I'm just going to tell you this, in the hope that I might lead an even more fun future. You know how the disciples are always telling us the foreign god wants the Lostbelt to flourish, so that their strongest will become the foundation of new humanity? Well, I'm positively lying. There are no planning of any of the Lostbelts surviving. Well, we've seen hoping that one of the Lostbelts would become the next human history. They have got other plans entirely. And why would you think that? I heard it straight from the alter ego's mouth back when I was elated to the prospect of the seemingly assured victory. I swear I never would have guessed as far on this, for hearing himself talk would actually work in our favor. I see, so I got Limbo to talk. Then I won't be responsible for what you've learned, and I won't violate my contract with the foreign god. That being said, Misery, I can't say anything more in response to what you've just told me. All I can tell you is that I am prepared to establish this Lostbelt as the new proper human history. And that I have done everything I can to see that vision made reality. Also es ist eigentlich ziemlich deutlich. Der Aliengottheit hat ja, wie gesagt, Limbo hier schon im 4. Lostbelt gesagt, plant irgendwas anderes und die Crypter nutzt er nur dafür. Ich denke, wenn der Tree of Emptiness wirklich komplett aufgewacht ist, erweckt ist, dass irgendwas passiert und das gegen auch den Willen der Crypter und gegen die Menschheit an sich, egal welcher Lostbelt es ist. Und ich denke, Kirishima hat sich wirklich mit Zeus zusammengetan, um nicht nur uns zu besiegen, nicht nur die anderen Lostbelts zu besiegen, sondern auch um den Foreign God zu besiegen. I will use everything at my disposal to ensure this Atlantic Lostbelt becomes this planet's future. In the meantime, I want you to carry out our duties as a member of Team A in whatever way you feel is best. Hey, you don't have to tell me. I was already planning to do whatever I wanted. Besides, I was never really into the whole King of the Earth competition thing anyway. But let me know if you ever need help with anything, alright? I'm not that much of an ingrate, you know? Not that much of an ingrate, huh? Of course, I know that, Pepe. You've been a help to me more than often than you realize. You always described yourself as a cold-blooded killer, but in fact you were always the most human. Always honored your obligation more than any of us. Oh, unless I'm very much mistaken, there's a great deal of venom in your expression. Are you unhappy with what we just discussed? Peperoncino came to the conclusion based on what the alter ego said. There's no need to eliminate him. Nor did I tell the other cryptors any of the foreign god's secrets. So far as I can tell, there have been no breaches of contract here. Am I wrong? Everything is proceeding according to plan. The Tree of Emptiness is now fully grown catalyst, ready to bring your true form down to this world. Zeus no doubt means to use this energy for his own ideals. For my part, I have no intention of getting in his way. I promised him I wouldn't after all. We agreed that, though our positions may be very different, Zeus and I work together to ensure that the Atlantic Lostbelt is fully completed. And I will not be going back on my word. Not after he trusted me enough to let me see him in a moment of weakness. I'm well aware of Zeus' plan completes to fruition. The Tree of Emptiness magic energy will be depleted, and the foreign god's descent will be delayed. Should it happen, I will be considered in breach of contract, and my life will be forfeit. But that is not going to happen. Much as it pains me to say this as his friend. Zeus' ideas will never work, even if his plan is flawless. Once they fail, that is where I come into play. Don't worry, I see that my job is done perfectly. I value my life as much as anyone after all. It would be equally trivial for me to complete this Lostbelt and see Zeus' ideas realized. Or to conclude this Lostbelt and let the foreign god descend up in this world. The only unknown factor that could possibly pose an obstacle to either of those outcomes as Chaldea, and whatever course of action Maxi chooses to pursue. I only hope his spirit isn't yet broken. I'm counting on him to make his way here and once more throw himself into battle against me, so that I can conceivably demonstrate to him that his efforts were for naught. Schön. Also ich komme hin, um umgebracht zu werden. Leute, Mann, der Typ, der strotzt einfach so vor Selbstbewusstsein. Den Quad sag ich sehr gerne ein. Und eine der Hauptgründe, wieso ich das mal machen musste, weil hier sind die Leute. Langsam geht's hier ab und Leute sind 13 Quads, die ich hier so sammeln konnte. Zum Glück. So, dann, liebe Leute, bevor wir jetzt hier weitermachen und... Oh, Leute, ich sehe Fruits, die brauche ich nämlich für Roma, die brauche ich für Erkenntnis. Bevor wir damit weitermachen und der Max hier ganz erfordert wird, machen wir erstmal einen kleinen Cut und beim nächsten Mal geht's dann weiter mit Let's Play Fake Order. Bis zum nächsten Mal und vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Ciao!